the Lakers have hired Darvin Ham as their new head coach. This move has many people in Lakers Nation, as well as the basketball world in general, excited. This will be Darvin Ham's first stint as a head coach. He has been an assistant coach for quite a while now, including for the Lakers a few years back. But most notably, he's been under Coach Budenholzer and won a championship last season. Although technically he did serve as head coach for a few games when Coach Bud was out. But this will be the first time he has an official title as head coach, and it will be for the Lakers. Probably the toughest job in terms of scrutiny and expectations. But at the same time, having your first head coaching job as the coach of LeBron and AD, that's not a bad way to start either. But again, that comes with some big expectations. Most people in the basketball world are impressed with this hire. He clearly impressed the Lakers. He reportedly wowed them with his knowledge of the X's and O's. He impressed them so much that they canceled the rest of their interviews, and they just hired him. The Lakers just had to have this guy. They did things that they don't typically do or have refused to do in their previous coaching hires. Well, again, Darvin Ham used to be a Lakers assistant coach, so I'm sure that helped him get the job, since the Lakers typically like to hire from within the Lakers family. But they gave Darvin Ham a 4-year deal. This is huge because they refused to give anyone that long of a contract in their last coaching search, which is why Ty Lue ended up not taking the Lakers job. But they are also allowing him to pick his own coaching staff, which seems like the normal thing to do. But when they hired Frank Vogel, they picked his coaching staff for him, choosing guys with head coaching experience like Jason Kidd and Lionel Hollins. But now, it looks like the Lakers are giving him the freedom to be a coach. They're not doing typical Laker things. They're bending over backwards just to get this guy. So that means there must be something about him. Players from around the league are giving him his praises and saying this has been long overdue. Guys like Giannis, Trae Young, and other players he's coached are all happy for him and have similar sentiments of him being a good coach. But most importantly, LeBron showed his support for his new coach and said he's excited about having him as his coach. Having your best player on board with your coach is essential to having success in the league. Clearly, this guy is a player's coach. When it comes to coaching the Lakers, with stars like LeBron and AD, managing personalities is a big part of the job. Probably the most important part. Darvin Ham commands the respect of his players. He's a former player himself, and former players command a different type of respect from their team. Not that players don't respect coaches that haven't played in the league, but there is a different type of reverence that is given to a coach, knowing that he's gone through the same things you have and that he can empathize with your experience. The players will be more likely to listen to what he tells them to do, knowing that he's been in their shoes. And sometimes, there just needs to be a new voice in the locker room. At the very least, he can be that. But he's not just a leader, not just a voice. These are all important things, probably the most important things. But he also knows his stuff. He understands basketball. He was a big part of that championship run in Milwaukee. I expect him to implement some of those concepts in LA. Being part of that Bucks team and also a player in that 2004 championship Pistons team, I expect defense to be a priority for him. But I also expect him to have a better offense than Frank Vogel. Ham seems like he has a better understanding of modern NBA offenses. I expect him to implement the spacing of Milwaukee with LeBron as the focal point of the offense. This means that if Westbrook is still on the team, hopefully not, but if he is on the team, I don't expect him and LeBron to be on the floor at the same time. Also, I expect there to be a lot more ball movement. So all of this is speculation. We can't actually know how he is as a head coach until he actually coaches. But based on the evidence we do have with his past experience, I think this is the right choice for the Lakers. Obviously, the front office is excited. They wasted no time in hiring him. The players are clearly excited. And the fans are excited. Hopefully he comes in and makes our excitement justified.